To generate and maintain geocodes for Salesforce records, you have to activate Salesforce Data Integration Rules. The Salesforce Data Integration Rules generate latitude and longitude values for account, contact, and lead records in your Salesforce org. After you activate a geocode rule, use Lightning Experience and the API to verify the geocodes were added to record. So let's activate geocodes for account billing address. OK. Open the account record. In the Quick Action menu, select Checked for new data. If the rule's status is in sync, the record has up-to-date geocodes from the data service. If you see another status, add geocodes to the record by clicking Update. Leaflet is an open source, so we will use it. Latest stable version is 1.7.1. Zip file contains Leaflet.js and Leaflet CSS files. I uploaded Leaflet zip file and us.json file to static resources. us.json I will explain in a sec. We will use interactive choropleth map tutorial as a base. It has a nice GeoJSON file with the state borders. It's a JavaScript file, so delete the variable state data and semicolon at the end of the file and convert it to JSON. We need this snippet to activate and show the map. We do not need colors. Interaction on mouse events is fine, we need it. On mouse over, on mouse out, and on click event. Skip custom info control and legend control, it's redundant in our case. I created a new project to save time and prepared the code to keep this video short. Let's create an Apex class getMarkers. This class will return the list of lists with latitude and longitude of account billing addresses. Next step is a simple Lightning Web component to show the map with the name mapExample. It should be visible on the page you want to see it on. On HTML page, the div with the map must have LWC DOM manual directive to insert the map. This is a security loophole, so only use it when absolutely necessary. I prepared the code for the GS file beforehand and explain it step by step. I almost forgot, we need CSS file to assign the height and width to the map, mapExample CSS. 50% of viewport height, and 65% of viewport width. To import third-party JavaScript or CSS library from static resources, we use the Platform Resource Loader module. The Platform Resource Loader module has two methods, loadScript and loadStyle. Both methods create and return promises. Leaflet and states data are the URLs to access static resources in the org. With getMarkers, we connect the Apex class that we created to the Lightning Web component. In rendered callback lifecycle hook, we load Leaflet library and promise all method, which can take several promises as an input, and later in then block we call drawMap method. Query selector returns the first element within the document that matches the specified selector or group of selectors. If no matches are found, it returns null. setView is a method to manipulate the map widget. It centers the map somewhere in Kansas with a zoom of 4. Tile layer method of the L class used to load and display tile layers on the map. To use an access token, you should create a Mapbox account and create new token because the default token does not allow to restrict the use of this token for your org URL only. Next, we read JSON file from static resources with XML HTTP request object, which is used to interact with server. XML HTTP request can be used to retrieve any type of data, not just XML. Then we insert markers on the map from an array of latitude and longitude from the relevant accounts we got from the Apex class, and draw the polyline to connect them. Basically, this is a pretty useless example, but it shows core functionality of Leaflet. Take a look, the code is self-explanatory. If the call to getMarkers Apex class is failed, the component will draw the empty map to keep it simple, and we will get the console log with error from the catch block. Last thing is to add some functionality to the map on mouse events. We need our JSON file with GeoJSON data for that. On mouse over, the state becomes yellow. On mouse out, reset to default, and zoom the state on click event. Sorry, we do not need this info part. I simply forgot to delete it when I copy-paste the code from Leaflet web page in here. So, let's authorize an org. Next step is to deploy the Apex class and Lightning Web component to the org. Let's add the component to the sales homepage to show accounts on map. Component name is map example. Dragging on top. Save. Let's remove the dark theme. It's working. All states have nice blue borders. Try one more time. Zoom and highlight are working too. That's it.